this work. All right, we're up and going. This is the Lead Apex. Jimmy Fluke here with David Sampson. We're back.
Another week.
Another week. A really unpolished start to this stream, but we're up and running, and I think we're good. This is what happens whenever you leave me in charge of absolutely anything. All hell can and will break loose.
Yep.
We'll start off. Top of the show. The big news. Virtual Le Mans Series is coming back to LMU.
Yeah, really excited. I mean, we presumed this is what the whole game was for. This was the strat. Obviously, they knew they were going to target WEC. They obviously we now know their plans for ELMS and the GT3s and the popularity, but their end game, for money, had to be something big. And this, I think, pound for pound, was still the largest sim racing event ever to happen.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
No, I didn't add with great success to the end of that statement.
Correct.
Although I was taught, what is it? What's the bad things can be good? What's the phrase?
All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah.
I feel like they crossed the line.
Yeah. It went really badly wrong when we last had Virtual Le Mans.
Yeah.
With all the red flags and stoppages and Verstappen sort of throwing the toys out of the pram sort of a thing, which it is a little bit of Max, but also...
Sure. Well, I think
it had to go pretty badly wrong for him to just publicly just trash the whole thing.
Well, I think his biggest frustration, he had genuinely put time and effort into this, invested passion. And
as so many did as well.
I think when he was told, no, you're a lap down for the moment.
Yeah.
No.
No, it didn't sit well with him, and rightly so.
Yeah. So this is impressive that we're back talking about a 24-hour Le Mans with the official license after... the success, I'm going to say, the success of the 6 hour of Qatar. I took part in it. I mean, we were new to the track. We're still newish to the sim. We knew nothing about the drive. I thought that was scary. Like, they're like, it's live. Here's a real race. I was like, what do we do?
Yeah. Sort of by the seat of your pants, kind of trying to figure the whole thing out.
Yeah. They had identified a bug before the event went live regarding the non-driver being able to change your black box things, which... It's fine, whatever. That's rather than it go wrong and people complain and stuff, so they just nipped that in the bud before it started. I think there were 6,000 participants.
Over 6,000 I've got written here.
And they've still got time for more. There'll be more events until Virtual Le Mans to iron stuff out, but really excited. I read about there being qualifiers on a set date. Q4 they're targeting this year, ahead of the 2026 final. So... I mean, does that lean that this is like in iRacing we've become accustomed with, everyone can do the race?
Yeah.
Are we getting vibes that this is its own entity and there may be a 24-hour Le Mans that other people can take part, or do you think this will be split? How do you think they should, what's your advice? Should this be all eyes?
For the Virtual Le Mans series, I feel like it does need to be the cream of the crop.
Right.
You can still host and try and put on other sort of special events and whatnot, but have something that is sort of slightly more esports centric.
Mm-hmm.
There is a balance to be struck. There's got to be something for everyone.
Yep.
But the hype around what we originally had with the Virtual Le Mans series was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was still a bit sort of like invitation only sort of a thing, and it wasn't like a pure qualifier in. I'm still all for it being like a pure qualifier. You enter your teams in and you go through these qualifying races. I'm not sure exactly what format that they want to do it in, but run a 6 or 8 round championship.
That's sort of what they did, right?
Yeah, and then that gets you into the series, which then culminates in the 24 at Le Mans. Exactly how they want to go about that, I'm not sure. But provisionally, they have Q4 for their qualifying ahead of a 2026 final, whatever that exactly means. I assume.
When they say final, I assume they do mean, like you say, the WEC championship finishes at Le Mans. Like I assume that's what they mean by.
I would assume so. How they're going to like structure and schedule all of that, I'm not 100% sure, but it's exciting news. It's a rare positive bit of news when it comes to sim racing esports.
I was just about to say, with esport news, this is huge.
Yeah. We've not had much to shout about for a while.
Yep.
And we have something new. Admittedly, we're sort of going back to what we had before, but that's not such a bad thing either.
Sure.
I think if this is done right and done correctly and everything runs and works properly, which at the minute there are issues with the game. It's not completely polished by any means, even though we are at 1.0 on the release. But it's all trending in the right direction, and that's kind of all that you ever really ask for out of sim racing, is that is it pointing in the right direction, yes or no? And in this case, it is.
Yeah. And we need this event back. It's been too long, because obviously it got stripped from iRacing because of this license and event that got put on by our Factor 2 back then. But unfortunately, much like we had with the IndyCar debacle, we've been denied a proper Le Mans 24 for
quite some time now.
Half a decade. It feels like forever.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting insane. Hello to everyone in chat. Hello to Den, Glenn, and Greg. Hope you guys are all well.
Welcome on in.
We are just currently chatting about the virtual Le Mans being announced. I think this was a direct interview with Traction, the CEO, Stephen Hood.
Yep.
Really nice guy. And
that's the CEO of Motorsport Games.
Correct.
Stephen Hood, not the CEO of Traction.
Yep.
He is not Stephen Hood.
No. Hello to Teague. Hello to Nikolai. Yeah, obviously. Oh, no, so here's the poignant question.
Yep.
Do you want to race it?
Ooh.
Because you're going to try and use your skills to get in, right? I'm going to use Discord DMs and like
you're
streaming info.
Your friends in high places kind of.
Yeah, I'm going to be sending my numbers. You're sending your like, oh, here's my lap time. Completely different ways of getting in.
It's an interesting one. It sort of depends on exactly when they're going to run it and how much time do I have to sort of get acquainted with the sim.
Sure.
If I have 1 week to figure this out, probably not.
You'd still be quicker than me.
Well, I don't know. I've done 4 hours, I think, total in the game. So I don't really have that sort of like expertise with the platform. But yeah, give me a bit of time and we'll get it figured out.
Can you see any manufacturer partnership like we had with Rennsport? You know, with the I don't know if many people realize that with R1 there is that legit manufacturer backing for each team.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Or like, what is the angle? Because obviously everyone's getting excited about it, but nothing's been spoke about prizes or you know, what's the opportunities here?
It's a tricky one because I think a lot of of the manufacturers that put a lot of money and weight behind Rennsport, they're probably feeling like they haven't got the return that they wanted from it. Are they going to do it again with Virtual Le Mans and LMU and risk being sort of stung again?
Sure.
I mean, that's it's an open-ended question. I don't really have an answer for that.
Yeah. I suppose Porsche and the BMW are the first two to pile in the cash, right? Out of all of them.
Yeah.
Then you have Mercedes, who are a little bit usually more tentative with all of this. Probably more results first and then we'll back it.
Yep.
Which is probably the best way.
Probably, yeah. It's really interesting to see, right, well, now that we have this announced, who's going to go sort of all in on it, or what's the state of it going to be? Because it's going to be very different, I think, to what we had before, where it was sort of in the pandemic and
there
was a lot of resources and eyeballs just on sim racing in general.
Yeah.
In a way that there kind of isn't as much right now. There's not the same wave and hype within sim racing as what there was 5 years ago.
The concept of watching Max Verstappen do it on stream was mind-blowing.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely mind-blowing. This is better than F1. Like, obviously, where you're more used to that now, and like you say, people are doing things like jobs nowadays and home life. You know, it is a bit different.
Yeah.
Because the numbers were insane. The broadcast quality was insane. I'd say I was absolute qualifying. Was it Baldwin and Max Verstappen? I think I've watched the analysis on that lap comparison more than I have any F1 event.
I'm going to probably do myself a massive disservice here. I didn't watch any of it. Wasn't remotely, because I'm in the weird sort of state where like I'm obviously so immersed with sim racing all the time.
Sure.
I don't watch tons of it. If I'm going to watch it, I might as well do it. So I just did it.
No, I get that.
Watching it. So I really didn't see that much of it, especially when it's a game that I don't and hadn't played, which was our factor too at the time, I didn't touch it, so I didn't really.
Sure, you didn't relate to what they were doing.
Yeah, and I would I would see qualifying laps and guys are just putting all the steering lock through all the corners. I'm like, oh man, what am I watching? Here? But that's not the case now.
Marcus was in it, right? He had a team with Lubov. I think they had a. I distinctly remember watching a bit of Al Marcus. Oh, not for Apex, for
yeah.
I think it was like a.
I'm trying to remember. I think we had Maxime in it at one point as well.
Yeah, I remember.
So yeah, like we've had some of our guys do it before.
When Maxine got in, by the way, a funny bit of info. I was in Apex just as all this was happening, and someone put out there looking for a driver. I mentioned, and then Maxime, and I was almost like, yeah, use him. Don't use me.
Yeah. I actually got offered a spot for I'll keep it nameless, but I turned the whole thing down because I'd done no R factor at that point. It's like, yeah, I mean, you see me in my iRacing background, but unless I have like a ton of sort of support around it, I'm not going to be at that same level trying to just figure it all out almost on my own.
Yeah,
So
have to see. Yeah, exactly.
So I just said, great opportunity, but I'll pass because I don't want to look silly.
Yeah,
I feared I might have done.
We'll have to see how they blend it, because obviously I have zero chance of getting in on the performance way, but people like Jimmy Broadbent on the original Virtual Le Mans was in. Everyone, there were these content creator teams. I don't know if that's the way they want to do it now.
There's a lot of like the real life drivers as well were doing it.
Exactly.
There's a lot of sort of half and half teams that way, or maybe that was the actual structure. You had to have real life drivers in it. I'm pretty sure you did.
Yep.
So whether this is going to be a pure esports thing, whether it is going to be like what we had before, with, you know, you have drivers who have raced in Le Mans and they have to be part of your lineup to be in the series. I don't know what
TK's raced Le Mans. I'm already sorting out that contract so I can.
You're already locked in.
Use him.
Got it.
I mean, teammate with him. Sorry, I said I misspoke.
Yes, use the great Indy 500 race winner.
Yeah,
Tony Kanaan. Yes, use him. Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
But no, we'll just have to see, because there's a long way from here to there. There'll be other endurances, so we're going to be able to reflect on this in better light. 6 hours is a completely different timescale to a 24, so I assume we're going to get a 12-hour up next soon. Maybe Spa or something will be brilliant. Then we'll see how a 24. Also, with the driver swaps, like you asked me, millions have asked me how it went. That was with 2 drivers. What's it like with 5? What's it like when a driver disconnects for 10 hours and comes back and logs in 10 minutes before it's a driver swap time?
Was it explicitly a 2-driver event? Okay.
No.
So there would have been teams with 3, maybe even 4.
I think there was a team with 6, yeah.
Okay.
But again, like,
so like my next question, because you're saying, okay, well, it's a race that you can quite comfortably manage with 2. How does it work if you're cycling through drivers as you try to select them, and does that all work effectively rather than just the opposite driver? Little things like that. It's still like it looks good, but it's still like, okay, is this definitely gonna work? Is it reliable enough? Is it bulletproof? What's gonna happen? Like, what obstacles do they actually have to overcome before this is like, okay, this is the thing that we do now, and full steam ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Glenn in chat pointing out that I mentioned 6 hours isn't 24 hours. Lol. Yeah, I meant like we wasn't able to test a driver being disconnected from the sim from 8-9 hours. I mean, that happens in a 24. Maybe you rock up for the last 5 hours. I mean, is there going to be, like, if one of your drivers gets disconnected and rejoins, is his name definitely in the list? Is it going to work?
Yeah.
Yeah, and their servers. 6 hours, maybe they got warm. 24 hours, they're going to be very warm.
Yes.
All these factors. And not just that, it won't just be a longer race. It will be a busier event with 5 times the drivers in each team. Like, everything gets magnified, magnified. So,
yeah, this isn't, like just a random Tuesday afternoon doing races sort of. Like, no, like whenever this will kick off and go big, it's going to be like what iRacing have sometimes struggled with, where they've got the big special events, and sometimes the servers don't launch, and sometimes you have little issues that crop up that you don't foresee because you haven't fully prepared for it. So it's stuff like that I really hope for their sake that it goes well, because sim racing needs good news, and this is a step in the right direction for sure. It has to go well though.
What's your money bet? Will Max do it? Because obviously he gets to keep his word, because he said he's not doing R-Factor 2 anymore. Like, he was pretty adamant, and this, he does get to save face, because it isn't R-Factor 2, but...
Depends how good the 2026 car is.
Fair.
If he rocks up the preseason testing and that Red Bull is rubbish, then he's spending all year on the sim. No problem to him.
Yeah, fair. I have already seen a few Redline drivers trying it. Johnny Vecchio was pretty complimentary of it, the style and everything, and it was nice seeing him as a rookie. I mean, he won 7 races in a row, but rookie.
Yeah.
Learning the ropes and stuff. But he seemed... I joked to my team that I had the air that he was there to be like, okay, we know Virtual One's coming. Go tell us, is this worth it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so exciting. In more exciting news, this is how we get the numbers. I've been saying it since the beginning. Don't know why more sims haven't done it. Yes, it can be criticised. I understand. But PS5 and Xbox development could begin in a matter of weeks.
Yes. This is still on the LMU topic, by the way. We haven't completely pivoted off into something else.
Yep. Sorry.
Still on LMU.
Yep.
PS5 and Xbox development could begin in weeks. Yes. I mean, I hate that sort of wording. Oh, it could begin in weeks. What does that mean?
Well, here's the poignant thing, what it desperately means.
Dev, talk that for me, please.
They aren't doing it.
Yeah.
So they have zero plans on touching any of it. So what they mean by beginning in a couple of weeks is this other company is going to start once we finish the contract. And, you know, there is a lot with a company. Unfortunately, I hate using this word, but this is the way they're going. Port. Yeah. You do want it done right. Speaking from experience, it's because port is a different beast. You are taking something that doesn't fit, adding a layer that makes it fit. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, that layer has nothing to do with the PC build. So when you bring, it needs to be well thought out. When you bring additions to your PC, in a non-ported world, they just work across all platforms as long as you do your testing, you know, due diligence and make sure you don't exceed RAM or CPU, whatever, network. This isn't that. This is, it does need, quote unquote, checking the porting layer is going to support it. We saw what it can usually, I mean, the delays on console are not usually caused by the porting. It's usually caused by the fact on PC, you can be like, here's an update, and Steam's like, cool. Xbox is almost like, it can be same as Apple, and Android's a bit quicker, but it can be a very slow process to get approved for each update. And then obviously you've got the porting side. So that's why contracts are going to be, they're going to want this done right. And they want it done, I assume, I'm speaking from experience here, not what they've actually said, but they're going to want to be able to retain everything, because otherwise you cannot bring crossplay. If you start having to remove things, that's when you have to, that's when that barrier comes up. Like, okay, console races race here, PC races use there. It's not because they can't do it. It's because, well, I mean, these guys see spray and you can't see where you're going. These guys see a lot less spray. Yeah. Just because we can't graphically show it. Anything like that occurs, you can't do crossplay, because otherwise you play on console and now you can see through the spray. Yeah. That's just a random example, but they're going to want to make sure.
See where the grip is, or little bits like that.
Have you ever seen that meme of the FPS game, the guy hiding in the grass? It has a 5090 logo. It says, "You'll never see me." And then the other side is like this guy playing on a 760 Ti, and it says, "What grass?" And you see the guy just laying on a flat surface. Yeah, that's the problem you want to overcome. Porting doesn't have to be, but it does get a bad rap. Yeah. It can be done right, though. So we'll see. I always assumed it was going to be a port. This is such an old game. When R-Factor 2 development started, there were, like, this is a purebred PC game, and the engine it was built on was not designed for console. So unfortunately, this game was, LMU was never a rebuild. It was a focus on content and fixing the biggest gripes with R-Factor 2, which they've done a really good job on. Yeah. But yeah, they can't now. Yeah, so the same team that's done all this hard work will not be working on the console version. Gotcha. It'll be a third-party company. Yes, we don't know dates. I'm just having a quick scan. We just know it's going to start, hopefully, in a couple of weeks. I think this was all chatted about in that earnings call.
Yeah, that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
That's why this is all such breaking news.
Yeah, and they're reporting, I haven't got the numbers in front of me, but big profit increases. by the millions. Obviously, they had a lot of good investments. The 1.0 release was very successful. We know sales are on the up on Steam. It's all been a very impressive run. And I think we spoke about this before the show. The vibe, like, you know, you read tweets or you read an article, the vibes in the comments is insane to see the shift.
Oh, the 180 has been incredible.
Yeah. I read out a comment before stream that it just caught my eye. It said, I forget who said it. It said, I feel really bad for being so negative and anti the game and going out of my way to hate. And now I love the game. I play it every day, and I've bought all the DLCs.
Yeah.
I thought just that, the whole vibe around Le Mans Ultimate has, you know, it's been, I mean, Rennsport could dream of pulling the, it's almost like a McLaren F1. Now we're a championship car.
Yeah.
It's almost hard to spot what flipped it.
Yeah.
I think, you know, AC Evo and Rennsport, they've almost ignored what's coming out and pushed whatever they want out. Like, they get a lot of whatever, like triples or whatever the statement is, and they just keep putting out their own statements and things that they're excited about. Whereas LMU just took it all on the chin.
Yeah.
Like a true champ, and just didn't fight back, but fought back with patches and improvements and just took it on the chin.
Yeah.
You can hate us all you want, but here's the patch.
And they did it quickly as well. Where others have fallen by the wayside, they've taken the changes and the information on board and then implemented it years later. I mean, that was sort of the issue with RF2.
Yeah.
It had so many issues, and people were crying out for for change and different features, and it all came on board way too late.
Yeah. Well, never.
Well, never, basically. So yeah, it's looking good. And in more good news,
yeah, LMU
on the LMU front, their ELMS content is set for a September release.
Yeah, it's going to be drip fed. Is that the right term? Probably, so I think we're just going to be getting Silverstone, which that suits me. Great track, adds more depth to the sim, and obviously we want the LMP3, and we want Paul Ricard, and we want Barcelona, and we know the LMP3s. We're getting the, how do you pronounce that one?
What, the Duquesne?
Duquesne, yes. We're getting the Duquesne, the Ginetta, the Ligier, and and I've mentioned this a few times, but it's nice to see it in writing, that we're getting essentially the unbopped LMP2, because in WEC and IMSA we're used to the heavily bopped variant because it runs with the GTPs or the prototypes.
Yes.
Whereas in ELMS, it's the top class. Going quick is a benefit for the class structure.
So they just give that full rein to let loose. And away it goes. Proper LMP2 then.
Proper LMP2. And obviously we're getting the LMP3, all the different variants, which, yeah, it's strange iRacing went down this route with LMP2 and LMP3. You know, in GT3, it's like, here's the full stack, GTP, full stack. And then LMP2, it's like, yeah, we have a good partnership with Dallara.
Yeah.
And then no, I don't know if Oreca was licensed by RF2. I heard lots of rumblings that it was, but I'd never believed that there was some exclusive Oreca license.
But I don't know.
No,
but yes, iRacing do have a tidy sort of partnership with Dallara, and maybe that's why they went that direction. Also, maybe they just didn't think it was worth it to go down the route of all of the other LMP2s, because they're all fairly similar.
Yeah. More bops.
And so, yeah, it's like, this is our LMP2, and have at it. The same way that we've got like one F3 rather than all of the different variants of Formula 3 that we've had over the years with the different engines and stuff like that. We don't have any variations really in the F4 either. So maybe they just sort of looked at that as like, okay, the big manufacturers.
Yeah. Okay,
all
yeah, true.
If that makes sense. Not to like diminish Dallara or Orica or even Ligier.
I get what you're saying, though.
Like,
yeah,
your massive, like the AAA title sort of like manufacturer, your Ferraris, your BMWs, your Porsches, they all want to be represented, and maybe will push that through a little bit further.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
So maybe that's why they went that direction with it. But
I mean, what to look forward to on the sim with ELMS, crossplay, and the virtual Le Mans? Like, I mean, the ceiling's high. people might be underestimating how high that ceiling is, because when people think about the online multiplayer competitive scene, they're probably picturing a peak around 10,000 a day, which is really good. So iRacing punches in all the time. You've got can't really compare Assetto Corsa because that's not our marketplace. We can try and bring that. Those guys don't want to do rated dailies where they're fighting for internet points. They're just not interested. But yeah, LMU, ACC, we've seen this ceiling be approached a lot of times.
Hang on, wait, so you're telling me it's not all about the internet points?
It is, Jamie, it is.
What? No, it is. It always is.
It is.
It's only about the internet points, David.
I lost so many this week.
Sorry, you were saying. Sorry.
No, it's fine. The ceiling is high because of the console. And obviously, console's even different than when... If we go back to the pandemic, yeah, it would have all been controller users. But we've had the Fanatec's, the Sim Magics, the all these console-partnered pedal and wheel, because obviously you can't just buy anything on console. It has to be licensed. But the price and the license availability and cheapness on rigs and play seats and widescreens, ultra wides, high FPS, it's completely changed the game for up and coming racers. Approachability on console. And I say, I'm not sat here knowing. I don't know. Nobody knows what that ceiling could be with crossplay. Now, I'd like to see an option that keeps controller users out my split. Thank you.
I mean, I'd like to see an option where I keep 2K GTPs out of my split as well, but
I'd be up on points this week.
Yeah, you would be, but you can't win them all, David.
No.
So maybe we'll have to take the hit.
I don't mind. The controller users can set fast laps.
Yeah,
no doubt. Their lines obviously are a bit weird because they jank the wheel to maximum, but that does not mean they can do multi-class. Please. Their movements are too erratic next to you.
How good would it be if we got that? Greg said we need GT4. Do we?
Do we? Has that what?
I love GT4, by the way.
VP is IMSA, so that's an out. Well, doesn't mean they can't have it. IMSA license is fully available to Le Mans Ultimate. It's not an exclusive thing, but I just don't see that in the next couple of years making sense. Is GT4 in anything else? Like outside of...
I mean, maybe like your Gran Turismo or something. Or is that Group 4? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to think what they should work on next. Probably the Asian Le Mans series.
They should work on ironing out all bugs.
Yeah, well, that obviously, 100%.
Make the game bulletproof, then add content.
See, yeah, IMSA SRO.
Yes.
I think the SRO license is all tied up. IMSA license is fully available. It's expensive, but iRacing does not hold an exclusive. AMS2 has it as well. Yeah. I'm sure Le Mans Ultimate have it on their list. 100% it's on a list, but it's a lot of work. All the GT3s don't have the hybrid deployment thing, so they would need a fresh bop as well. Yeah. Different GTPs with different deployment, slightly more... No, it's just mostly different GTPs and how they work, like the other ones. And then you've got all of the tracks. If you want the IMSA license, you need all the tracks. Yeah. You need Road Atlanta. Well, they've got quite a few, but it's not a small undertaking for a studio that's finally finding its footing. Yeah, I'm sure we will see IMSA in a couple of years. I'm sure we will. No, I think that'd be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Greg saying there's a logic to staying tightly focused on Protos, both classes, and GT3 only.
For sure.
Right now, I would say so. Yeah.
If they can, I've said it lots. If they can resist like Porsche Carp, Mission R, because I know these pay. Yeah, These don't cost you money. You earn money. Yeah. If they can resist, then they're doing fantastic. Yeah. Because they'll start going toe-to-toe with iRacing on the hardest thing to go toe-to-toe with, their diversity. Yeah. They'll lose. With focus, like even IMSA Road Atlanta this week, absolute hype. Everyone's doing it. Can't put a candle to how many people are doing LMUEC because there's nothing else to do. Well, there is, but it's such a focused group of things to do that you do in them all. Yeah. Whereas in iRacing,
there's too much choice.
Yeah.
And to us, that's what I sort of found, and that's almost what hurts iRacing is because there is so much choice. Everyone ends up just spread out doing different things, or they're sort of picking and choosing what they do rather than all right, this is the one thing that we do,
Yeah.
and we all hammer it. I mean, so we have like, I mean, we're sidetracking massively now, but it's something that I have great passion for. The softs in races 8 years ago are about the same as what they are now.
Yeah, and
because the choice of what everyone had to race was so much smaller. So
and ratings are almost 150% inflated from back then.
Yeah, and that's, well, I mean, we've got Smurfs now, and I have a very strong opinion on all of that right now. But yes, yeah, there's too much going on in iRacing right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and there's a lot of really good stuff in iRacing that doesn't get looked at because it's not the popular thing or the meta thing.
I mean, when I look at the Formula side, I get comments about the GT and being so stupidly diverse, but I'm almost used to it that I can keep it in my head.
Yeah.
But when I look at the Formula, I think the same thing that they think about us. I'm like, are you guys mad? Like, you have 35 races going on in the next hour. Like, aren't these cars 90% the same?
Yeah.
And that's how they see, oh, yeah, GT3, GTE, GT4, GT... They're all, yeah, all right, guys, you're going a few kph different.
Yeah.
And that's how I get it now. There's so much choice. Obviously, it's their strength. It's what built them this empire.
Yes.
Of availability in racing. But yeah, circling back, it's definitely their strength. They should bring these, like, ELMS is nice and small, can be a one thing they do every year.
It's a little thing that they're adding. It's not like this big sweeping thing that's going to like blitz the whole thing apart, sort of a thing. No, like it's still going to be tight knit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and then ALMS is another small addition, gets you a couple more tracks, if that. And then we're going to see leagues start taking off and getting bigger. I've been bothering Sam, but that's for a different question, for a different show. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. They're doing all the right things and they're impressing people. And obviously I feel lucky because it is, of all the things I've raced in the last 5.5 years, is the only thing LMU does.
Yeah.
So for me, obviously, I see the appeal. Of course I can. Yes, there's tracks. Of course. I've been racing all week because it's Road Atlanta. There's no Road Atlanta. Breaks my heart.
Yeah.
But let's see. Only good news right now. But I want that you've mentioned it a few times. The bugs. I want to keep up this momentum. They've got to keep this up. They're making more money now, more announcements. It's great, but I want to see the same commitment they've been doing in the past to the bugs.
Yeah.
Because they're not breaking, but they are frustrating because you're just getting into that zone of enjoyment and then you're snapped away and it can be a little jarring.
Yeah.
This affected, I woke up early. That's a phrase I don't like to say, but I did it. I woke up early for a race that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I was angry. Yeah, I could have been in bed. I value that.
Yes. Sleep's important, people.
Correct. Yeah, so that was frustrating. I will get around to it. But yeah, let's just see. We've got more endurances to come as well. This will really show off the game, see if they can pull them off. And this will be the cycle where the next bunch of endurances for the big teams will be a review for if they want to bother doing the 24 Le Mans. But excited to see how that unravels.
Yes.
Okay, finally moving on. Sorry about that. 37 minutes on one article, but it was
it took us about 5 minutes to actually go live because I don't know what I'm doing.
But there was a lot to discuss. They did a lot of announcements just before the podcast.
Yes.
Okay, Ren Sport. I don't know if we can share.
I don't think we can, but there's not much to.
No, there's nothing to share. They're announcing the 720S finally to the GT3 roster. Now, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know the answer and/or are allowed to share the answer. So we'll pretty much be just going to facial reactions.
Okay.
Is this the first non-manufactured tied car? Like,
great question. I have no idea.
And he's pretty stern. Because obviously people don't know. Rennsport is a game, yes, but every car...
Actually, it's a simulation.
Of the GT3s that have been added, because all the other cars have been... They're just for marketing. Like, nobody, not even the devs use them. Every GT3 was actually tied to a real manufacturer in real life with a partnership and was tied to the R1 or ESR1 championship.
Yes.
Aston Martin obviously came in after what we assume was the Audi break. Audi pulled out of everything.
Yes.
So we assume the Rennsport as well. Aston came in as a tired manufacturer, partnership, ESO R1, R1. I would obviously love McLaren to be a... I mean, I haven't heard the term McLaren and esports since the... What are they called? What was the team? The Shadow...
Yeah, the Shadow McLaren stuff. And
that was 6 years ago.
Yeah. A while ago.
I've never seen any...
Outside of like the F1 esports, but that's not McLaren simracing, that's McLaren F1 team.
Yeah.
Doing what they have to almost for simracing.
Exactly, yeah. A tweet. An obligatory tweet. Yeah. So you think, what's your gut feeling? That this is, do you think, so will we see them at R1 with a McLaren team?
Good question. I really don't know. I've no idea even what next year, it won't be this year.
Yep.
There's hopefully something happening sort of in and around the time of when they're hoping to release the game on console.
Cool.
Hopefully.
So next R1, you're on PS5. Sorry, carry on.
I couldn't roll my eyes any harder there. So I think through the rest of the year, not much is changing, at least in terms of R1 stuff. For 2026, I think there's more scope for change to happen. What that exactly looks like, I genuinely haven't got the faintest idea.
Sure.
Nobody tells me anything.
No. And yet you always know.
I know little bits, but I don't know everything that's happening. Nothing is guaranteed in all of this, but it is interesting that they're still sort of like pushing ahead, and that and this was something that was announced like ages ago, that McLaren were sort of on board, at least with the car. Like I think there was.
I didn't know that.
I think there was like some grumblings like, okay, yeah, it's there, and all right, it's finally, yeah, now we have the McLaren 720S. So yeah, it's a step in the right direction. It's more content. For a game that does sorely lack, like, the thing that we almost sort of praise LMU for, I'm kind of almost criticizing Rennsport for, but also because it's been 3 and a bit years now, and we don't really have that much to do.
Sure.
At least for me, as someone who, would like to, race the game on a daily basis, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And be able to like create content with it, and just have it like a thriving sort of daily, weekly thing outside of the R1 stuff. But right now we don't have that, so more stuff isn't a bad thing in this case. But still, not many people are playing the game.
Oh, less than the amount of people who work on it and you guys. Like even at peak, like it's insanely low. It does not hit.
You're actually probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even hit 30. I was always day one release, like the first version I tried. I'm not saying that I thought the potential was high. I thought the bar was quite high on how much they had got done, the level of scan detail, the way the cars sort of felt. Was it perfect? No. Have I felt worse? Of course.
Yeah. But there was a lot of optimism back in 2022 when we first got to touch the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was like, if this is the development guys they've got and they've come this far and this is the first release,
yeah,
hot damn, like this is going to no. Like on the far, like if you look from far chase and how it rode, like how the car moves over the track and everything, I think it's about 10% worse than day one release. Where you get that weird motionness now, like
there's I don't have much really to add to that. It's been frustrating. We'll see what happens towards the end of the year and start of next year, but
Tiggs, then it was almost like the beta key debacle was a bad idea.
Yeah,
it was insane that they were offering a competition and people couldn't practice because they didn't have it. That bit was insane. That bit was insane. I remember Jimmy doing a video.
Yep.
Almost like, where is my invite?
Yes.
Like, are we mad? Like, give me my key.
Yeah. And yeah, it's the sentiment around it hasn't been good ever since. Sadly.
No.
Which is a shame. Because there's a lot of like good people like putting a lot of time and effort and working really, really hard on it, but it's not
100%.
It's not gone where I think any of us had hoped that it would get to.
No. It is such a shame because I thought this was the game that were timing it well with the ACC decline, but it turned out to be the other game, LMU, that actually did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Switching gears to Assetto Corsa Evo. Obviously, they've delayed their .3, but we now know another car inside the .3, the Audi RS6 Estate.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, this game gives me... Like, it's kudos, man. Like,
yeah.
These guys have been doing this as long as anyone.
Yep.
With more games than anyone. They have console experience. They have PC experience. They have SRO license experience. They had the Black Pain license they took from iRacing. They have been everything, done everything, and this is the game they give up. I'm confused, man.
Yeah.
So you recently saw I tried Assetto Corsa Evo a couple of days ago. Fired it up, and I was thinking, I've heard lots of things about improvement to triples, improvement to VR, optimizations and all this. So I was like, I've upgraded. So I was using 0.1, whatever it was, 0.1, 0.5, whatever. I had my older PC and I couldn't get it to work on triples. I got it to work on single and I reviewed it on single. So I'm thinking, oh, nice. They've made optimizations, like loads. I've got this new update. I have a new processor, new RAM, DDR5, new motherboard. This is cool. This is the time to try it.
Yeah.
And then I spent an hour trying to get 90 FPS on triples, and people are telling me use DLSS. I'm on 1080p, brother. I've tried DLSS. It looks like mud.
Mm-hmm.
Tried everything. Even when I got to about 95 FPS, I've been doing this a while. That weren't 95 FPS, or something's wrong. Yeah, the engine's reporting 95. It didn't feel like 95, felt like 50 at best. So
yeah. I
went to single again. Felt great, looked great. There were 1,000 bugs. I had to set my FOV 600 times. The experience with the licenses is, again, in my opinion, completely soulless. Like, surely they're meant to be about the fun introduction to the game where you learn the ropes, you attack a car, a track, you learn stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's insanely stupid. You spend more time trying to work out TC hacks for your standing start. You're always doing a standing start, and you're doing it in a road car with bugged TC settings.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, your TC's off, you floor the throttle, you drop the clutch, and then as the car engages, then you pull TC. Like, you're doing all this weird stuff because the lap was set by a 13K driver. And you need Senna standing start just to have a chance. And yet, the whole experience on how you restart, like, it takes ages to have another go. Unfortunately, they haven't thought about any of the fun side about it. I like grinding things like this. I could spend all day. But for me...
I mean, you spend a lot of time doing Trackmania.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind repetitive grinding.
Yeah.
But they had sucked the fun out of it, man. The bit they had removed was the fun.
Yeah.
And it felt like a development testing arena, not something for someone to go drive and enjoy. Anyway, sorry for the rant.
Yeah.
Point 3, well, the cars we know that add in is the BMW M3 E30 Sports Evolution, I think that's the old BMW.
Yeah.
The Dallara
Stradale.
The BMW M4 GT3 Evo, that's probably the very exciting one, along with the Spa release.
Yep.
The Porsche Cayman GT4.
Greg will be happy.
Greg will be very happy. The Ferrari F2004 Formula 1, that's Schumacher's car, right?
It is indeed.
The Lambo Huracan Super Trophy Evo 2, the Mercedes 190 Evo, I think that's the old one. The Caterham...
That's a car I have tremendous love and admiration for. Love that car, the 190 Evo.
The Caterham 7 and the Academy Edition. And then Spa, Red Bull Ring, Step 1 of multiplayer.
What does that mean?
well, we're on step 2 of triple screens and it still don't work. So step 1 of multiplayer.
Yeah.
New special events. I don't know what existing ones there are. This one interested me. Tire model, step 1. What on earth are we using right now?
We're not using a model of sorts. We're just... it's just guesswork, is it? Who knows?
It doesn't feel too... I'm not a road car sim driver in any set. The suspension...
You should be able to feel like absolutely everything, but it's very like roly-poly.
Exactly. Yeah. AI step 2, VR step 3. I haven't tried VR in Assetto Corsa Evo. I would like to with a decent headset because I like when the game's running in single and I've cranked the settings, everything's working. It is gorgeous. Like obviously the lighting, the textures, the depth of field, the ambience feels good. It does feel good. It's just if you want it more than I'm 16:9 on a 1080p screen. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, 0.3's been delayed. And to be honest, 0.3 still isn't a big enough step for me. I don't see how they're making a full release of the full game. I can't understand.
At least not in the next 12 months. No way.
Look, apparently it's a full release this fall.
No. What?
So I don't know what to say. Yeah.
No, I've not tried it, but I've watched you partake in it.
It's insane.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what
the fault. Well, autumn is in weeks.
Yeah, they've delayed everything as well. So I don't know what the plan is. Their marketing's been very numb. Again, they're doing it more Rennsport style. They're like, yeah, we hear you all moaning, but we're giving you a
Ferrari 2004.
Ferrari 2004. It's like, we don't want a car. We want a working game that... I mean, if my specs can't run triple on lowest settings, then I don't see what we're getting here.
Give me like 3 cars and 5 tracks, and I'll find a way to be happy as long as everything works really well.
Yeah,
and I get really happy for ages.
And the sentiment of give them time, it's early access, blah blah blah. I'm not giving them. This is Kunos. I'm not giving them that. They don't deserve that. This isn't some new studio that's learning the ropes with tires and no. They've been around. Yeah. This is not their first sim. This is not their second sim.
It's not their third sim either.
Yeah, it's madness.
Because Kunos goes way, way back to like Netcar Pro Days, which is well before even my time.
I read that they nearly, when the Codemaster whatever split happened to F1, they nearly took the F1 license. Yeah, they nearly were an F1. So, yeah, they know what they're doing. It's just... and obviously, they've teased this open world, Nürburgring, drive the whole map thing, and that got me mega excited. But trying the game, I'm not mega excited.
Yeah.
Because I don't want 3 5090s running in tandem, one for each monitor.
Yeah. Certainly not ideal. But hopefully, they turn it around. But based off what we've... chatted about today, all of the positive sentiment is with the LMU at the minute.
Yeah, madness.
We didn't think that was going to happen, but
AC Evo only had positive sentiment. LMU
before we went into it, though, at least before anyone tried, it's like, oh yeah, this is actually going to be really good. This is going to be the big iRacing killer, and it's not what people were hoping it to be.
Yeah, all the hype's gone. I did look though.
Yeah.
On those websites where you can look at the Steam numbers and the Steam sales. They made $9 million on early access release day. So they ain't stupid.
No. 9 million. Good Lord.
They had 20,000 active drivers.
For a demo, basically.
Yeah.
That's what we've got at the minute.
So if they're anything, mate, they're really smart. If I went home to the wife and she said, "How was the game?" I'd be like, "Yeah, no, really good, it's proper success. You know, £9 million."
Yeah.
Not how it was perceived.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's obviously a business side that we don't understand. Yeah, lots of game sales.
Goes over my head a little bit, but yeah, the game doesn't look like it's.
I think people
close to.
Yeah. People want it to do well. It's Kunos, and we had AC, which everyone loves. It's just 1,000 years out of date and never got loved apart from by the community and mods. And
mods saved that game completely.
Yeah. And then you had ACC, went off its own tandem completely with the Black Pain SRO license, heavily esports, LFM saved it, and then they just dumped on the time model and walked away and dropped the mic and was like, no.
Yeah.
And
I wonder what's going to save this, because it sounds like, oh yeah, it starts off okay, and then kind of flounders with the Q&O scheme, and then something saves it and keeps it going.
I want to know what it is. What is this game?
Yeah, what's it supposed to be?
Yeah, are you taking on ECC and are you taking on AC, or are you trying to find a middle ground between the two?
Or is this going to be like the car version of like Euro Truck Simulator? Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, I'm critical of Apple, but there's a side of Apple's business that I've always liked. When they launch a new product or a division, their biggest aim, that department, is to replace another department. Like the Apple Watch, your goal isn't to try and make it work with the iPhone. No, make this so good that people don't need an iPhone. I know that sounds insane, but that's the way they run business.
It breeds competition even within your company.
Exactly. And you're not held back. Like I always use the example, the Porsche Boxster.
Yeah.
The project brief for that was make it, but don't make it too good. Don't make it too fast. Don't make it too comfy, and don't make it too luxurious, because we still got these other cars we've got to sell.
Yeah.
But we want a cheap. So,
it's a Porsche for people who can't afford a Porsche.
Yeah. So it's that business model doesn't work on a product, because you don't end up with something from the ground up inherently good. You end up with something deliberately
mediocre.
Yeah. So that's my thing with AC Evo. What is it allowed to destroy ACC and go after the SRO license and bring those people across? Because at the moment they're going to LMU.
Yeah.
And is it there to take on AC and bring all the drifters, the modders, and
well, it's clearly not there yet, and it's not obviously at the minute going to crack iRacing with the massive online multiplayer.
They haven't even really mentioned that as a goal yet, which worries me.
So it feels like it's kind of trying to be jack of all trades, and it's not even jack.
Yeah, it's well said. Yeah. All right, moving on. Our last subject is another game. And I don't know how much we're going to talk about this game until it's released now, but Project Motor Racing are showing off the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo 2. Obviously, their videos have shown off the whole GT3 field. They've done everything right on the visual marketing business side. They got their Xbox and PlayStation license tied up. They're launching on Steam. They're launching on Epic, all on the same day. November 25th, they have a launch day. All a bit weird, this. They do plan a DLC release cycle. A few of the DLCs got accidentally leaked on the PlayStation or Xbox store. So there'll be like GTEs, classic cars, stuff like that. So they've got their business model in place. They're showing off the Lamborghini, which I feel bad. Like I spoke to you before the broadcast.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit bad for them, because their cover photo for their game, they definitely spent money on. It's the Lamborghini GTP, one of the top hypest cars of the last 5 years. And obviously, before the game gets released, Lamborghini are pulling out of that car out of all motorsport.
Yeah.
Which I feel terrible for them. And I assume this Lamborghini announcement that we're getting right now, we're talking about it, was part of the deal. Like, it's part of the Lamborghini, and now Lamborghini are dumping that they're not.
Yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth for them, but it's just a massive shame, really. But they've sort of almost built it slightly around at least what their poster image is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's irrelevant now, which is a shame.
Yeah, I mean, it's also doing a lap at the Nordschleife, which
it's never going to be relevant, but I mean, sure, why not?
Yeah, I'm very excited to get my hands on it. I'm sure it's going to look good. I'm sure it's going to run good. I'm sure triples is going to be good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the thing I'm not sure about, the thing I'm so tentatively worried about, is the only bit to me that matters, and that's how it drives. And that's the bit I'm nervous about.
Yeah.
I'll know in half an hour, because I'll mess with the force feedback. And
you'll know quicker than that.
Yeah, that is definitely...
All it takes is that first adjustment of FFB, or first adjustment of your brakes, or that first change.
Yeah.
And if it's not like, oh, it's went from undrivable to, oh, right, I get it now, then it's sort of dead in the water. But it's brave in this sort of, in the big year of 2025, to just go full in with a release.
Yeah.
And not...
No early access,
no dipping toes in, no early access, no beta, no, just boom.
Yeah,
here's
lots
the
of
game.
tracks, lots of layouts, lots of cars. Obviously, Ian Bell's talking it up like insane. I mean, we're getting. Did I read like 700 hertz force feedback or one? Was that the last? I think the last garage is 1,000 hertz.
Yeah, man, I've got nerve damage in my right hand. I'm not gonna feel that. I can't feel 700. The difference between 700 hertz and 1,000 hertz. 200. No.
Yeah. So
It's crazy.
It looks
how's that
good.
gonna run properly?
The trailers do look good.
Yeah.
The cars and tracks they're offering. Obviously, they're giving us the GT3s. I know it's a bit of a meme, but you have to do it. I say console release, single screen, VR works, triple works, crossplay. I don't know. It's when they started this project, it wasn't as a competitive landscape as it is now.
Yeah.
Especially with the rise of LMU.
Yeah.
And
Everything's kind of kicked off now, which is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gives us more to chat about.
November 25th, we'll have it in our hands. I've been trying to get it early. I really have at home. I've spoke to some people. So I'll report back. So I don't know if I'll then be able to report on it. I don't know.
I suspect they'll keep that pretty hush-hush on you.
Well, we'll see.
Like you might be able to try. It was like, you're not allowed to say a word about this. And which, well, what's the point? I need to tell people.
Yeah, but I'll be able to do the facial expressions. You'll be able to say, is the FFB good? And you'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
I won't say. You'll be able to tell.
What's your poker face like?
Terrible.
That I can imagine. Cool. Shall we wrap?
Yeah, I think
that kinda
unless there's
covers
any Apex news, any been anything Apex team-wise?
Nothing really sort of in the last week or so. You covered the eNASCAR stuff last week with Chris
Chris getting P2.
Yeah, P2. Just a shame to miss out on the win, because that would have got him into the playoffs.
Yeah, that's 2 podiums now.
Yeah,
He's been
it
looking
was
really good.
Yeah, it was really good. Just a little on the late side for the season, but yeah, he's done a really good job. Just a shame that he fell short there at the end, getting beat out by Zelensky.
I suppose that's a good question to wrap up on then. One last.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're here and I don't ask Sam these questions because he don't drive much.
Yeah, Sam driving? Have you seen Sam driving?
Yeah, he's good. He is good.
He's all right. He's not bad.
Have you won the Junior Broadbent 23 hour?
I've
me and
never participated. I can't win stuff I've not participated
Well, me and
in.
Sam have both won it. So it should be like a host
enough.
times. You have to come out to that one, yeah.
I'll let you have that if you guys can make it into R1 and win a race.
No.
No?
No.
There's not many people who
No.
who have won a round in R1 as well.
No, that's 100%
So,
true.
I'm-
No, the question I was going to ask you, eNASCAR, are you 1% tempted? Because there must be some temptation.
I used to
it's
be-
well oiled, well
used-
run.
I used to be like probably 10% tempted. I'm at a point now in my life where the idea of setting to 3, 4 a.m. and doing races is, it's not for
Oh,
me.
of course, the time zone.
It's a yeah. If it was on at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. in the evening, absolutely, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Because it looks like a very well-run, oiled machine with a lot of...
Outwardly, yes. Driving standards are atrocious, though.
Right.
Like, so I used to race, like, most of the top guys from, like, maybe 8, 9 years ago, like, a lot of the top guys who are around then that are still around now, like, I race a lot of them whenever I did a little bit of NASCAR stuff in 2016. So, like, Casey and Stephen Wilson and guys like that, you know, they're good. And, like, I could hang with them in certain places. And anything that required braking and pitching the car, so like Indy and Pocono, I was like just as quick as them. But at something like a Darlington, where it's just a funky sort of, yeah, not so good at that. Yeah, I'm not super interested because it's such a grind through the qualifiers. Like your Road to Pro is all year to qualify in for the next year. Like it's just such a grind.
Yeah.
Do I have 9 months of, you know, setting to 3 a.m., getting wrecked by someone on the last lap of it? No, I don't think so.
I understood.
And I would need to, like, it's, especially with how the cars drive now, it's so just setup knowledge. It's not even,
for sure.
It's not even really about the driving anymore because the cars have so little overall horsepower. It's, you know, for like, I know Atlanta's actually a really good example. Like a track that used to be just so on edge and you had to really like really wheel it. It's not like spin and just you're flat through. It's a
Gotcha,
it's a
yeah.
glorified Daytona really at this point.
Yeah.
So and so then it becomes, well, how good's your set? And like all of those guys are like so well dialed in with their setups and stuff like that. And I'd be like starting kind of from scratch, or need to find an oval team to work with. A grind. So
Understood.
It's not super interesting to me. Would it have been more interesting 8, 9 years ago? Yeah, 100%. And I was like quite tempted back when I didn't have a sleep schedule of any real sort, and
Now you're
just
an
come
adult.
off of uni. And yeah, now I'm a bit more dialed in with real life. So, yeah, I'll have to say no on that one.
Understood. All right. I think that's everything. There was lots to talk about. I'm just excited for all of the sims to drop their 1.0s and we'll have everything. And yeah, I'm excited for iRacing to we'll finally get this graphics engine. We'll finally get these new overlays they've been teasing. So I'm excited about what's to come. That's everything.
I think that's everything. So we will, as something's flicked somewhere. That's not ideal. We've kind of we've lost our button that ends the stream. That's that's really inconvenient. We'll blame Lewis, maybe. I don't know. Oh no, it's back. We're good. We had a little flicker of something. All right, fine. Yeah,
I think it was power.
Yeah,
because that went as well.
Yeah,
I think we had a mini power cut.
Strange.
I wonder if we're even live.
Who knows? Chat still came through there, so maybe we're still okay.
Yeah.
Who knows? Or else the whole thing's paused on our faces and we're pulling a really stupid face because I'm the least photogenic man in the world. Anyway, that's it for us for the Late Apex this week. Sam will be back next week once he decides that he wants to do his job and sit here and do that. He's just swanned away off and disappeared and has left me, a sick man, to do his job for him. So he'll be back next week. Sam, we love you, and I'm sure you're having a fun time away. We have RLTC this evening, so David and I will be sat here once again for that. That's at 7:30, so 2.5 or so hours from now, for round 7 of 10. I have actually done some homework. I realized this is a 10-round championship. It was what I got called out last time when I was here for Porsche Cup for the last one.
Yeah, you was like, there's 4 races to go. No, second to last one or last one.
Yeah, I thought, oh, yeah. We're in a good spot here for the championship. Yeah, it's all ramping up nicely towards the end. Oh, no, this is the last round. Shoot, well, I got that one wrong. But yes, RLTC, we're back again. And that should be really, really good fun. Feel free to join us for that. What else have we got going on? We've got RL Endurance sort of every other week or so.
Yeah, that's coming in 2 weeks, I think. Coming around soon. Very soon. That's awesome.
So we're a couple of rounds now into that. So we're well into the swing on that one. Monza was wet.
Yeah, it was great.
Very wet. I caught a little bit of that. That was, that looked very hard work. So hopefully more of the same on that one. And we still also have the rest of things happening on RL. We've got the GT3 trophy as well, still ongoing. We're deep into the season there.
The Fox Teco.
We've got the Fox Teco stuff as well. So that's prize money each round for those guys over there. And that's also in GT3. And we've got other bits and pieces on ARL.
ARL Truck Series got announced.
Yeah, ARL Truck Series coming soon, so that should be really good fun. And I'm sure we'll announce more things as other things end, more things will start up. We've got plenty of other things also ongoing on ARTV, just all the usual stuff that you see sort of week to week. But for us, for now, for this afternoon, I think we'll call it there, and we'll be back this evening, 7:30, British summertime for RLTC. Take care. See you soon.